Dear students, today we will go through the basic structures of English language. Okay, today I'll give you some new idea regarding the structures. Very simple thing. Everybody can understand nicely. If you have the structural knowledge, if you know the structural knowledge, you can write better English and also perfect English. Let me ask you, var, okay? If I will ask you, var means you know action. It is action, okay? This var, everybody knows, is divided into two parts. One is auxiliary verb and another one is main verb. Am I right? It is auxiliary verb. Another one is main verb. Okay? Everybody knows. I am not telling a new thing. Auxiliary verb is again divided in two parts. One is primary auxiliary and another one is modal auxiliary. Okay. Under primary auxiliary comes three verbs, whereas under modal auxiliary comes 13 verbs. In total, auxiliary became 16 verbs. Okay? If you know these 16 verbs, then you can easily identify the main verbs. It is a verb, but if you know all the 16 auxiliary verbs, then you can easily identify whether it is an auxiliary verb or a main verb. Let me write number one, be verb. Be, if you break free, will find is, am, are. Okay, its past form was and were, past participle been, present participle is been. Similarly, second verb is have and its another verb form is has, and its second form is had, third form is had, fourth form is having. Okay. Number three, do, and its another form is does, and second form did, third form, fourth form, we don't have any necessity. Okay, as auxiliary, we don't have any necessity. First one is we, is, am, are, second form was, were, third form been, fourth form being. You may call it V4, V3, V2, V1. Have has, second had, third form had, fourth having. Do, does, did, third and fourth as auxiliary. We don't have a necessity. Come to modal. You know modal 13. Shall, should, will, may, might, must, need, dare, used to, last one is ought to, serially 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay? 3 primary auxiliary and 13 modal auxiliary. Okay? Erased, then 13 plus 3 is 16. The rest verbs are called main verb. Okay. Dear students, let me ask you, verbs are two types, auxiliary verb and main verb. Nobody says main verb and auxiliary verbs. It is said main auxiliary verb, then main verb. Why? Now, auxiliary verb is followed by main verb. Always. Okay? Here, 3 things we get. Where do we use auxiliary verb and where do we main verb? Now, okay, 3 structures find. Primary auxiliary plus main verb, primary auxiliary plus main verb. Okay, primary auxiliary plus main verb. Second one is modal auxiliary plus main verb. Third one is modal plus primary plus main verb. Total 3 structures. Total 3 structures. Primary auxiliary plus main verb, modal auxiliary plus main verb. Third one also comes modal plus primary plus main verb. এই তিনটি স্ট্রাকচার উপরে on these three structures total English structures are based. These 3 things let me describe in detail. Okay, look it. Okay, look at the word primary auxiliary. Be, is, am, are, was, are, been, being. You know, after primary what we use in a main verb? And you know, main verb has 4 forms and it takes V1 plus ing. Have verb, have, has, had, having, it takes V3. And do, does, did, it takes V1. In this way, primary auxiliaries take main verb. You know tense, present tense, past tense, and within 3 structures almost all the tenses are included. Suppose be, is, am, are plus V1 ing, present progressive. Was, were plus V1 ing, past progressive. Been plus V1 ing, present perfect progressive, past perfect progressive. Have, has plus V3, present perfect. Okay. Have, has plus V3, present perfect. Had plus V3, past perfect. Do, does plus V1, simple present. Did plus V1 is equal to simple past. You got almost all the tenses. Okay. Similarly, almost all the modals, I have told you, modals, all the modals are followed by V1. All the modals are always followed by V1. Okay? So, simple things are there. These 4 structures. Okay? So, we got the verb forms and structures. Let me write again what we got. Now we got, first we got V verb is followed by V1 ing. Number 2, have verb is followed by V3. Number 3, do verb is followed by V1. Number 4, modals are followed by V1. Another structure I will give you. Be verb is followed by V3. Either V1 is followed by V1 ing or be verb is followed by V3. These four structures are active. Only this structure is called passive. Look, very simple. So small ideas are there. If you understand these small ideas, you can understand English better and better. Okay? The be verb plus V1 ing, have verb plus V3, do verb plus V1, modal plus V1. These four structures are active. Only B plus V3 is passive. B plus V3 is passive. Okay? Remember these four ideas. I will come back to again to the things. Now, let me write main verb. Okay? Let me write main verb. Main verb are having four forms: V1, V2, V3, V1 plus ing. These four forms everybody knows. Another form is also there, V1 S or ES. That V5 you can say, but not necessary. Okay. V1, V2, V3, V1 ing. These four verbs have some basic knowledge. Okay, some basic knowledge. Okay. What is basic knowledge? Now these four verbs, they are not always verbs. Closing your eyes, you cannot say that all the verbs are verbs. Sometimes the verbs are not verbs. Okay. Why? Now there are two ideas I am telling you. Do you know finite verbs? And another one is non-finite verb. It's a big chapter. It's a very big chapter. Finite verb and non-finite verb. But in simple way, I can tell you what is finite verb. In a alliterative way, we can say that the verb which comes first in the sentence, the verb which comes first in the sentence is called finite verb. Is called finite verb. Okay. The verb which comes first in the sentence is called finite verb, and the second verb, third verb, fourth verb, they are not at all finite verb. They are only non-finite verb. They are only non-finite verbs. From this idea of the finite verb, non-finite verb, we will go through these four verbs: V1, V2, V3, V1 ing. This verb is sometimes finite verb and sometimes non-finite verb. Sometimes non-finite verb. This verb is always finite. This verb is always finite. This verb sometimes finite, sometimes comes in the first of the verb phrase, sometimes come in the second place of the verb phrase. But this one always comes in the first place, and V3 and V1 ing both are always non-finite verbs. are always both are always non-finite verb. एमानक भाग्य फाइनाइट फॉर्म नहीं, they are always non-finite. अतएव V3 and V1 ing एमाने वाक्यर verb phrase रे केबे प्रथमे आसी पारिबे नहीं. प्रथमे आसी पारिबे लोक किए V1 or V2. V2 always comes, V1 sometimes comes, sometimes not. When comes first, it is a finite verb. When it comes second, it is a non-finite verb. Now, we will go to its application. We will go to application. What is application? Now you see, if the word is written breaking, if somebody asks you, breaking is verb, or what are the parts of speech of breaking? Now, I actually कही दो, breaking is a verb, but really we cannot rightly say breaking is a verb. Breaking may be a noun, breaking may be an adjective. From the application of the sentence, we can say that breaking is what? What parts of speech the word breaking has? Before going through these words, I am telling you, V1 is always verb. Is always verb. Means it may be finite, it may be not finite, but always verb. V2 similarly, it is always verb. Always verb. V3 not always verb, sometimes verb. Sometimes verb, sometimes adjective, sometimes adjective. Not always verb. You cannot closing your eyes and tell that V3 is a verb, not at all. Broken is not at all verb. Similarly, V1 ing, it is sometimes verb, sometimes noun, sometimes adjective, sometimes adjective. Okay. 4 verb forms having 7 applications. 4 verb forms having 7 applications. Always verb, it is always verb, sometimes verb, sometimes adjective, sometimes verb, sometimes noun, sometimes adjective. Let me give you the example of this one. How V1 ing is sometimes verb, sometimes adjective, sometimes noun. Let me give you some examples. Okay. Suppose, look at the word break, broke, broken, breaking. 4 forms. We will take this one, breaking. How it is verb and when it is noun and when adjective. If somewhere it is written breaking, you cannot rightly say that it is a verb. We have to go through a sentence, its application, its uses. Then we can tell that breaking is a verb or a noun or an adjective. Suppose people are breaking the lockdown principles, lockdown rules. Look at the breaking. This breaking is a noun. This breaking is a verb. Okay. I heard the breaking news. I heard the breaking news. Look at the breaking news. Here breaking is not a verb. It's a phrase. Look at the breaking news. Before breaking you will find the. Okay, it's a noun phrase and this one is noun. Okay, breaking here it is adjective, and if you write last me, it's a verbal adjective. It's a verbal adjective derived from the verb family, but here it is used as an adjective, so it is a verbal adjective. Similarly, breaking the rules. Breaking the rules is punishable. Breaking is punishable. Suppose this one is, this one subject of the sentence. This is the V verb and it is your main verb here. And breaking the rules is punishable. And this real subject is breaking. And this breaking is noun. And it is called verbal noun. Derived from verb, but used in the sentence as a noun. It is called verbal noun. Okay? It is called verbal noun. Now, did you get the sense? That in this sentence, breaking is verb. In this sentence, breaking is adjective. In this sentence, breaking is what? Breaking is noun. Let me give you another example. Fly, flew, flown, fly. Okay, look at the word fly. Let me give the example. Ram is flying a kite. Okay, Ram is flying a kite. Look at the fly. It is verb. It is verb. Sentence number 2. He shot at a flying bird. He shot at a flying bird. Look at a, and from here it is a phrase. It's a noun phrase. And here flying is not a verb. It is an adjective. It is an adjective. Number 3. Flying is strictly prohibited. Strictly prohibited over Chandipur. Flying is strictly prohibited over Chandipur. Look at the flying. Okay. This flying is the subject of the sentence. Or this flying is a noun. And it's a verbal noun. It's a noun. You can say it's a verbal noun. Did you get the sense? We got the sense. Flying, here verb. In the second sentence, flying is an adjective. In the third sentence, flying is a noun. Okay. V1, V2, V3, V1 ing. Okay. These are verbs, but not always verbs. V3, V1 ing. Sometimes verbs, sometimes not verbs. Sometimes they are adjective, sometimes they are noun, sometimes they are verb. Suppose come to V3 form, okay? V3 form, okay? V3, okay? Break, broke, broken, breaking. Look at the broken. Example, he has broken a chair. Look at the broken is verb here. Is verb here, broken the chair. Already I have told you, second primary auxiliary have is followed by V3. have followed V3, it's a non-finite verb. This is a finite verb. And second part I am telling you, don't sit on this broken chair. Okay, this broken chair is a phrase, and here broken is an adjective. आमे आखि बुझी केबे कहि परिबा नाही V3 V1 ing verb. आमे वाक्य गले when you go to the sentence, when you analyze the sentence, when we analyze the parts of speech, then we can rightly say whether it is a verb, whether it is an adjective, or whether it is a noun. Okay. In this way, V1, V2, V3, V1 is having 4 forms. Let me come to second class. Bye bye. Tai tai. You will go through all these rules.